Mike Scott, Chicago. Yeah, all the way to key comments. Trevor Worrells, have a serene mind. The got me. See the toilet paper I got. I found some toilet paper at Jules this morning. Uh, bells are ringing again. Every time I do this, bells are ringing. See, so and remember one thing: a broken clock is right twice in a day. So I don't need to understand electricity, but it worked. I'm depending on electricity. I went to Jules this morning. Went there last night. Broke my heart. Got people full of fear. You know what I'm saying? They're buying beer like 4 and 5 cases. And like I said, this too shall pass. I experienced this, like I said before. I got my Muhammad Ali shirt on, but it's cool outside because, spring don't know it's spring. Summer don't know when it's summer because, it's wickedness in high places. The world full of trickery. But God is always open. And play a bad hand well. Like I said, I was out there in the 60s when King died, and I saw the tanks out here. Now the city right here is locked down. But make sure you all have your papers on you, so you can move around. Because if you're not like in certain jobs, you need to have your papers with you, or you get a citation. Churches are closed down. The churches are closing down, but watch the churches are closing down, and marijuana business is still open. They got the right to still sell marijuana, and it's a total. It's a total. The bells are ringing, so I'm gonna give them time, and like the trains are still moving, transportation is still moving. CTA is moving around, but they're on holiday. But this is actually smoking alcohol, illicit drugs kills 11.8 million people every year. Smoking cigarettes, alcohol, and illicit drugs are killing 11.8 million people worldwide. So I'm just glad, like I say, that, and I'm gonna get a shout out. One of my mentors was my uncle. He was Clarence Turner, and he was a 7 degree Dan Tai Chi master, and he was also a Shriner, and he died. But he was him and Jim Jones. They opened up the martial arts school on the South Side, and see, this is all about the mind. I can go without a lot of stuff. See, I learned one thing: possessions pampers the mind, privation trains and strengthens it. So a lot of things, like I say, I haven't had alcohol. I haven't drank in 30 years. I haven't gambled in 30 years. I ain't smoked no joint in 30 years. So, it's all about the mind. I read a book called Secrets of Inner Power in the 70s. Go take the kids to the library right there. Buy some books because at 5 p.m. the library's being closed. So the kids need to be reading books. But I read this book called The Secret of Inner Power, Roy Eugene Davis, in the 70s. And thank God I got a photographic memory. And it said, have you ever noticed how many people walk in a daydream state of mind? They walk in a daydream state of mind, and that's what the world is. People, like I've seen this happen. Like I said before, when they shut down Amazon, and Amazon took over the world. Stores start hurting, crashing because people stopped going to stores. And I was going to the store, and I told this lady that she was pointing me to a machine, and I told her like 5 years ago, that's not good, because what happened is those machines gonna take over your job. And so what we're seeing now is, like I said, it's chilly outside right now, and Chicago is like the other states. If you're outside after 5 p.m., you can't be outdoors. But I you know what I'm saying, I got my paperwork. And also, a man without credit like a bird without wings. I just come from a store down the street, get some bags, to put my, toilet paper. This Scott, Scott, my toilet paper, and I got some stuff for the food, right? And this guy was scared to touch my hand. He put gloves on, and he says, we're not touching money no more. See, this is what I said. Fear is the curse of the world. Fear is everywhere. People are scared to count your money. You see fear too around you, right? I'm teaching somebody about this what's going on around here, because but it's going to turn into a cashless society. I mean, well, they're not going, and eventually it's not going to accept no cash. So get your credit good. You know, the train is still running. You know, because that's a federal thing, right? The federal is going to keep going. The banks are going to be open. I don't care what's going on. The banks, you know, they're going to keep running. You know, and like I said, I worked at Gas USA. You know what I'm saying? We was the only gas station open. So, you know, I seen the people coming in there with fear, and like I say, this history merely repeats itself. And it's just not like blacks are in fear. It's a lot of people are Caucasian. A lot of people, all races, in fear. You know, the Asian guy, he's scared. I can see fear. He never been. See, it's like a Twilight Zone. You know, I used to like Twilight. You remember Ron Sterling? I used to watch that. And this is what this world is. It's crazy. People don't. That's why we say yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have. You better get your. You know. Like I said, game recognized game. You know, like I said, we said it back in the day. So I know game. I saw coffee. You know, I love my coffee now. I can go without. I can go out a woman. I went out a woman 10 years because I was in the Zen Buddhism. I studied Zen monks. I can go into isolation. You know, it don't bother me because see, I was antisocial. You know, but now I'm out here in the streets trying to help people. You know, because all the politicians, they're quiet. You know, I don't hear nobody talking about what's going on. You know, the churches are closed. And what about the homeless guys out here right now? I mean, they're sleeping on. You know, walking through here, and they need a place to go to. You know, and so, you know. The peace that comes from God, like I said again, the peace that comes from God passes all understanding, not from the world. You know, peace ain't coming from controlling people, but controlling yourself. He who conquers himself is great. He who conquers the city. So I'm Mike Scott, you know what I'm saying, like in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, and I'm 61 years old, cutting out my ears, so it's cool to be a square. So I have a curfew. I go to bed at a certain time. I've seen the bars, and people, like I told somebody else, these people, it could be the end of the world. These people just drinking and partying like, you know, they sleepwalking, right? You know what I'm saying? I seen what's going on. When I saw when I saw the Amazon come on the scene, I said, hey, you better wake up. So I ain't sleepwalking, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen the trickery, you know. But like I say, God ain't gonna never trick you. He's old, he's slow, he's at peace. Satan is the father of lies. He's the father of lies. Uncalm times are the only times when evil, and what is evil? That's fear. What is fear? Fear is a dark room with developed negatives. Uncalm times are the only times when evil can find an entrance. So like I say, I'm sad to see people out here, they closing down these places like where people need to go. Because like I say, fentanyl is killing people. Opium, you know, you see what happened to some of the stars, Michael Jackson, Prince, all them guys had a compulsion, had an addiction that was killing people. People are strung out on pills. I mean, like I say, I just come out the store and they buying beer right now. And I seen last night them people are high and scared, and you know, so the grocery stores are dope dealers now. They sell it, like I said. I saw coffee for $8. You know, my favorite brand. I said, damn, you know what I'm saying? Something told me I should have got that coffee last night when I saw it on sale for $4. 9 jewels, they got $8 for coffee. You know, for coffee. And I started drinking coffee. When I was getting at 4 o'clock, with my stepfather holding the gun, like I said, I was holding the money. And I was going down, we called a place, I'm going to tell you this story. In the 60s, because 10 years old, I was buying my own clothes. I would go down to Jewtown, what they call it Jewtown, you know, is that I would go in the store, and I had like $14 in my hand, and I asked the guy how much are those shoes, and he said it's $30, $25. And once you had that money in your hand, before you walk in the store, because I said I got $14, they will stop you, because they won't let you walk in the store with that money. So that's why they call it Maxwell Street, and that was in the 60s. And I was down there buying my old clothes, you know. I didn't have nobody buy me old clothes. So, see, that builds my character, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad, like I said, still be above ground and peace in the storm. Like I said yesterday, the educated man's certain spiritual qualities which makes him calm in adversity that happen along. Everybody say they believe in God, Everybody want to go to heaven. Nobody want to die, right? Why you know what I'm saying? Everybody say they believe in Jesus and God and all this stuff, and they're scared. They're scared to die. You know what I'm saying? So just be good, be the best you can right now. See, I was in action all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, from 10, I'm still in action. I'm out here. I'm out here, and uh, I got to get my paperwork because I might run across one of these soldiers that gonna stop me. And before I was born, I was holding a gun. I ain't had to go to the military to hold a gun. Like I say, Korean karate. I've been out, you know what I'm saying? I know how to play it. Like I said, blacks been playing bad hand well since we got here, since slavery. So, like I say, uh, a man is rich and poor so things he can afford to leave alone. Don't drink yourself to death. Don't worry yourself to death. Don't use them drugs. Leave them cigarettes alone because it kills 400,000 people every year. 400,000. I'm trying. There's a person around me just smoking cigarettes. I'm trying to give up too. And I see, and my mother, God bless her soul, she loved just cigarettes and Pepsis. And some people can't get rid. So that's what we need to focus on. Why are these in these guns? These people, and thank God, like I said, thank God all this crime has gone down too, because people killing people on the train and all that shooting over foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Now the same guys that walk around with them damn guns, they walk around masked or scared out their mind. They in the store can't stand with a mask. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Life unfolds a great sheet called time. Once finished, it's gone forever. It don't matter how many bodyguards you got around you. I don't care how fast you're on the track. You can run a 4.5 in 5 seconds. But when the Lord of Death come in your door, He don't care. It's about how you treat people on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't hang around a lot of people. Company Keith. I was hanging around pimps and players when I was a young man. They're talking about Michael, keep your two ladies like Keith spare a tire case won't get bad. So I know how to be by myself. I love being by myself. I can watch a movie and laugh. I'm just out here trying to tell people to think, go to libraries, read a book. I can tell you what's in the library right now. I'm not there, but I can tell you what it said. He that love a book will never need a faithful friend, trip companion. See, the ideals are the beginning of everything. Everything first existed as ideals in the minds of men. Bridges, skyscraper, cars, all these come from my ideal. And this thing going on right now came from an ideal. The plan was in effect when you guys were sleepwalking. I got a text that this is gonna happen Sunday, and I didn't think it was gonna happen like it went down, because I know some people that know some people, right? And they said, get your food together, man, because 44 hours, I just come out with 2-hour briefing, and this was going to affect. See, sometimes the truth will be in your face, you won't believe it. The truth. That was, I thought it was just a hoax. I said, this ain't gonna happen. But now it's an effect. The whole world is shut down. And see, like I say, the universal rule about letting things take the course, maybe, and like I say, a clock is broke. A broken clock is right twice. 2 times in one day. So, things that happen for a reason. Don't try to understand it. You know what I'm saying? Just go with the flow. And I'm gonna finish my meditation because I couldn't. I didn't get to finish it yesterday. But I'm gonna give people some hope when this train go by. Because like I said, the train is still going. They still moving, right? And that's why I gotta keep moving. Let your mind flow. The mind must always be in a state of flowing. For when it stops anywhere, that means anywhere, earthquakes, diseases, other things going around you. Let your mind flow. The mind must always be in a state of flowing. For when it stops anywhere, the flow is interrupted. And in this interruption, that's injurious to the well-being of the mind. The second part of that meditation, that was Zen and the martial arts. Now, like I said, that was my thing. When I was studying Kung Fu, one thing I heard Kung Fu say, which when 16 years old, he said a deep line, and I'll never forget it. He said, if I worry, will the future change? And that was so deep because I realized one thing. Worrying about the future cannot change the future. So pull a full armor of God on you because sometimes I'm wrestling with Satan, right? I'm sometimes, like my old buddy, God bless his soul, he passed, he said, I'm over here wrestling with Satan. But today you don't have to wrestle with Satan because God is all power. So thank you again, once again, Mike Scott, Chicago. It's still a good day, no matter what's going on around you. Let's pray, meditate, keep the hope alive.